What is going on, guys? We are back playing some more on the HermitPack. So it's no secret that I die a lot off camera, usually like 2 to 3 times between every episode, and it's mainly because I have to go out, gather some random resources, and I'm just running around at night, and I die because my gear is pretty bad, my weapons are pretty bad, and I'm just, kind of carefree when I'm running around. And I'll usually keep the death waypoints on, and I'll show you guys them every episode, so you get a little bit of a chuckle. But unfortunately, today we're not going to be doing that, because I died like 5 to 10 times prepping for today's episode. There is a good reason for me dying, but I did die a fair bit, so I removed the waypoints since I was a little bit ashamed to just see all of them, usually coming from baby zombies, honestly. But I went out hunting Enderman between episodes, and that's basically all I needed to do to prep. But it still took quite some time, and the reason behind that is because I needed Enderman heads. So I went out and I did a little bit of testing with the cleaver and the ender. Really couldn't tell which was better. Theoretically, this cleaver should be 100% head drop rate. It seems to work like that for everything but Enderman, but doesn't actually work like that for Enderman, which is very unfortunate. But I ended up getting the heads that I needed. I think we only actually need one right now, but I got a little bit carried away and went and killed like 40 or so Endermen. Used up some of the pearls, getting the cleaver up to be heading 10. But other than that, we should have a decent stock of pearls. Probably should have put looting on this since I used it a lot. But yeah, so did a lot of that, killed a bunch of stuff, upgraded my gear a little bit. I know diamond gear is not optimal in terms of cost effectiveness since we're playing modded Minecraft and there's tons of different types of gear. But I was lazy, so we'll get rid of the diamond gear soon. I just wanted to die a little bit less. But we got what we need. We now have the Enderman heads. And the reason we need these is because we are going to be making a Relocator Obelisk mob farm today. Now, I saw Exuma use this in his kind of, I guess, sand area, and I thought it looked really cool, and I wanted to try it out. Now, the reason I think this is really awesome and is going to help us a lot is because it relocates mobs. It does not spawn them. And so, hopefully, at nighttime, when there's a bunch of mobs outside, they will all get brought in and killed, just teleported into the base and killed, instead of killing me. So hopefully, dying 5 to 10 times between episodes was a little bit of an investment instead of actually just being me, kind of sucking at this game. So hopefully that's the case. If it's not, then you guys feel free to tell me I sucked, but let's just think of it as an investment. So I went and I crafted a fair bit of stuff off camera because we're going to be doing a lot of building today and kind of setting everything up, making sure it works. So I made the Aversion Obelisk, which is kind of the biggest portion of the craft off camera. It requires the Tormented Enderman head, which we do in the Slice and Splice. Nothing is really expensive other than the Enderman head. And then we need to put down Prismarine blocks. Now, a nice way to kind of circumvent the need to get Prismarine blocks is if you look at the recipe, you just need the Prismarine shards, which we can easily get from the Atomic Reconstructor. So I already made the 4 blocks right here, so this is a very easy craft for us. Now, the Relocator Obelisk does use power. I believe it starts out at 20 RF per tick, and then when you put capacitors in it, which you actually can, it's an Ender IO upgradable machine, I guess you could call it, it can go all the way up to 80, and that's with the octatic capacitor, which is what we're going to be using today. I think its range goes up to 64 blocks in every direction, which is great. You want the biggest range because you want to be able to pull in the largest amount of mobs. And something to keep in mind is the mobs can only be teleported once. I don't know if there's a cooldown or anything, but you want to make sure you're teleporting them and keeping them locked in wherever they're going, not letting them escape. So, one thing we need to do before we set this up is capture a couple mobs in soul vials. Now, the reason you do that is because there's 12 spaces for soul vials in which you can specify what mobs you want to get transported using the obelisk. So you can kind of whitelist and blacklist based on what guys you grab in soul vials. Now, soul vials should take solarium, and I think it's fused quartz. So let me see if this is the correct recipe. We should have a little bit of fused quartz in here. I think we can make, yeah, so we can make a couple of these. We can make 4, which honestly should be fine to test this out with. So the next time it becomes night, we got to go outside and we got to capture. I want to get Creeper. I want to get Skeleton. I would prefer to get Enderman if it's possible, but I'm not going to go like on a long search for one. But maybe like a Husk, since I don't think that falls into the same category as Zombie. And then maybe like a Skeleton. And that's mainly because these are the guys that are going to be killing me. And then later, once I make more fused quartz, if I really want to, which is pretty easy, I can just chuck it, I think, over here. Yeah. In this, I don't even know. Is this the alloy smelter? I think. Yeah. we can chuck it in that and easily make it, and then just make some more of these and go out and catch whatever else we need. Kind of like playing Pokemon inside of Minecraft. But yeah, we're going to be setting it up over here. Now, I believe I tested this out in a creative world to kind of make sure that I wasn't going to get creepers teleported into the wrong portion of my base, but I believe it's going to be roughly a 5x5 area around the obelisk. So I altered this room a little bit. I kind of expanded it. So this is 11 right here. Or it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so it's 11. So we can put it right in the center here. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should be able to go right here. And then the whole square around it will be good to go. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to mine up here, and I apologize if you guys can hear doors slamming. It's Super Bowl Sunday when I'm recording this. People are going to be a little bit rowdy in my dorm, so I'm trying to get this recorded beforehand. But yeah, just a side note if you guys heard that there, that was a door slamming. But yeah, so we're going to put it right here, and I think I want to make it both floors. So we're going to have to clear out this area right like this and then like this. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to clear this out right here too, all the way around. Thankfully, we can break these glowstone blocks and they come back to us. They don't actually break into dust. And I'll just clear out this remaining part. I'll have to clear out a little bit with my pick, just because it doesn't work out perfectly to chunks of 3x3. And I think this is the line right here. We'll probably leave the walls as is. I don't think it needs to be dark where they get teleported. If it does, then we can easily alter it. But for now, we're going to set it up like this. And we are going to need to fill in the walls right here. I guess we can grab some of the bricks once we get back over to grab the rest of the stuff from our refined storage system. But we're going to be using dimensional transceivers, I believe they're called, which essentially work like tesseracts. So if we look... Dimensional transceivers, we have 2 of them ready to go. They can transport items, energy, so we need to transport both of those. So we've got that, and I think that's really all we need. I think we might put in some facade, so we'll pull that out, and let's see if we have any more conduit binders. I think we need to make a little bit more of this, since we're going to be running a couple cables up here. So we'll make 5. We'll set them to whatever they need to be. We're going to not need the energy conduits as far as I know, because we're going to put the dimensional transceiver directly below the obelisk. So I think we actually should be good to set this up now. All we need is a little bit of glass that we can chisel, and we need some of our sandstone to make this look nice and pretty around it. So we got that sandstone right there, which should be good. I don't think we need any more of this. Also, I was told that the pretty bland sandstone we used down here was not a good match for going around the machines. So I ended up putting down this sandstone. It's very similar to the brick, but this is weathered brick. This is regular brick. Now, I think it looks pretty nice. It's very sleek, but it adds a little bit. It's not super bland. It's not just like a blank sandstone that matches the color. So let me know what you guys think about this. I was told I should make it a little bit more industrial. I don't really know what that means in terms of sandstone blocks, unfortunately. Nothing really counts as an industrial sandstone block. But feel free to let me know what you guys think about this. So, still not nighttime yet, but we can come over here and finish off this area right here. And then eventually we are going to send the guys down and make them fall on spikes. And I think it either comes down to making them fall on... Ooh, I am so bad at mining this out. But it either comes down to making them fall on iron spikes, which only give drops from them being killed, or we can make them fall on diamond spikes, and that'll give all the drops you can get, including player kill drops. The only thing is, since I'd like to save diamonds, we would have to use conveyor belts, which really should be no problem. I have a fair bit of leather. That's going to bother me so bad, but we're going to leave it there. But I have a fair bit of leather, and that's what we need to make conveyor belts, and we should be able to use those too. So I think this should be fine if we place it up there and drop them down here at this floor level. So I will change the floor for the time being. Just because we're going to either have to place down, obviously, the spikes, or we'll have to place down the conveyor belts. So eventually we might just put down the same as what's on the wall over here, since we're really not going to see it anyway. Whether it's conveyor belts or spikes, we're not really going to see it, so it doesn't really matter that much. But I want these blocks back, mainly the clay. So we'll grab all these and start setting this up. So if this is the layer they're falling to, they shouldn't need to take fall damage. They can just stand on the spikes and they'll take consistent damage. So that's not what I'm worried about. So I think we're actually going to go with the conveyor belts, since the diamond spikes, we only need a few of them then. So we go to diamond spikes, we can see right here, it says mob drops player kill only items. I think they should drop experience too. I don't know. I know gold spikes drop experience, and obviously I think diamond spikes should kind of drop gold spike stuff and more. Not really worried about that, but it might be nice to have. So to get 4 of these spikes, and we're probably going to go for, I want to say we're going to go for 8. To get 4 of these spikes, we need this setup. So we're going to need 6 diamond swords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, we're going to go for another set of them. So we'll go for 9. We're going to get 12 of these. And then we are going to need 3 blocks of diamond. 1, 2, 3. And we should be good to go now. So craft these. 1, 2, 3. And now we got 12. Extremely expensive stuff. Still got like a stack of diamonds left. Not super worried. But yeah, it is still relatively expensive. So these are going to go in the center, and I guess it really comes down to, we probably only need 8, but the bigger an area we can cover, the better, so that the mobs don't glitch out a ton, because I know when you're trying to push a bunch of guys onto one block, it can bug out a little bit. So we're probably going to drop them down, and we're going to drop them down 2 blocks. So if we come to the center here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right here is the center block in this whole area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just checking. Okay, yeah. So this should be the center block in this area, which means this area right here, the 3x3, is where they're going to fall down. And we want it to come down 1 more so they won't jump out. Now, something we got to keep in mind is when you place down these diamond spikes, I believe they count as a block. So we're going to want to go down another one. And let's give it a little look-see. So I'm going to make a little bit of a staircase here just to get down and place down these spikes here. Ooh, I got some lag placing the first ones down. I really don't want to stand on one of these to test it out, but I guess we can. Okay, yeah, so they count as a block like that. So that'll be perfectly fine. And then in the center, we are going to place the vacuum chest. And there we go. So we should be able to see that this works. So it gets the sandstone in there. The range is perfectly fine. You can show the range in here. It'll cover this whole area if something just randomly dies in here. Can we go down one? Yeah, I think this is the range that we want. So we're not picking up random blocks. What does one more down look like? We'll go with this. So that'll pick up everything that we could possibly want. And now we need to conduit it up. I think we're going to need more conduits than we have right now. It all depends on, and we need to get rid of show range on this. Where is it? Hide range. Okay, so we're going to move this up, and basically we should be fine dropping them down too. That'll prevent them from kind of having that issue where they bump into each other and they're just standing on the edge and like kind of bumping each other trying to get in there and getting knocked out. But we're going to put down these then and run it up, and this is where we're going to put down all the different conduit facade. So we had to get it up there. I'm trying to determine where we want to put the actual Relocator Obelisk, though. The first thing, though, I think it's nighttime, so we got to go capture some mobs outside. There's another door slam, man. People are so loud. It's honestly, it's really annoying. And I apologize that you guys can probably hear that in the video. There's not much I can do about it, but okay, time to head outside and capture some guys. Okay, guys, so we are back. Now, I got all 4 guys that I wanted. Unfortunately, I started lagging like right when I went outside to get these guys. I assume I was loading stuff in since I hadn't really left my base since I logged on today to start recording. But we got the skeleton, the creeper, and the zombie, and the husk. That's all I really want for now. We can get a ton more later. We can get everything later. All the random things that could spawn around us. But for now, these are the main guys that I want to test out with. So we've got those ready to go. So we can head up here and get ready to start setting this up. So we're going to put this up as high as we kind of can, I guess. So we're going to take some sandstone and start building out. I know I need to get flight for myself. I will worry about that in a little bit, though. Not my biggest concern at the moment. So let's build up and go out from here. So we'll get out. This should be the central block right here. And how close are we to the ceiling? So we're... what is this? So we want... I guess I kind of want the block to be down here. Even if it relocates stuff on top, I don't know the vertical capabilities of this thing, but I think bringing it 3 down from the ceiling should be fine. So we're going to put the obelisk down there, and as long as we don't power it, we should be okay. So I guess this is actually kind of difficult right now to get it down there because of how I set this up. So let's mine this back, and we kind of got to go out at a lower level where I can get access to that block. And then we still have to do the wiring up there. We still have to paint the conduit covers. So we'll put it right here. And there we go. So this is going to relocate them, and we're going to put all these different soul vials in here and the capacitor. We can click show range, and it goes way out there. You can't even continue seeing it because of how far it is. So that's great. That means it's going to get rid of a ton of the mobs. Configuring this really shouldn't have any problem. It's got a 160 range. And we do have a ton of room in here for other stuff. So that's all good. Now we'll leave that there, and we'll come down here. I think we need to make a couple more item conduits. So it shouldn't be... We have the conduit stuff. I don't know if I actually have the stuff needed to make... Let's see, where is it? Item conduits. So I don't know if we have pulsating iron nuggets. So we might need to make some of this. It requires ender pearl and iron. That is no problem. Ender pearl. I really should automate the making of these, the production of these. But we'll worry about that at a future date, like we usually do with most problems. So there we go. There we go. Let that process up. And there we go. So we got the pulsating iron. This will be more than enough to make what we need. There we go. And... oh. Where's the binder? Conduit binder. Okay, so we'll grab out 16. We really only need the 8, but this will be fine for now. So we can we finish it from down here? We actually might already be done with what we need to do down here. Yeah, so we're going to have to go the rest from up there. But I'm going to start painting these, and I think we want to go... I'm going to go with the texture that we're actually using on the wall here. I like the tiles texture. So we can come up... oh, no, that's the slice and splice. Here's the painting machine, and we already have it set on that. Awesome. So we'll paint these, and then we got to paint these other two. Hopefully this will be enough. It's really just a concern at the bottom. I don't want them kind of getting stuck on top of a block and sitting there, since these will make it count as a full block. So here we go. Grab that out. And we'll cover up these. Yeah, we're definitely going to need more than what we have right now, but we'll cover up these right here. And, you know, I'll just build up like this and place it down. So we're going to attach these, and I'm really waiting to put... I guess we don't need to wait to put the dimensional transceiver down below this. We just have to wait to turn it on. So we're going to hook the item conduits up there. And what is our... are we one short? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, wow, we're one short. Well, that's unfortunate. So we'll get rid of this then. Man, more door slamming. Unfortunate. Gosh, okay. So we're going to make the conveyor belts now. Then we got to hook up the glass. And unfortunately, it's daytime, so I'm going to have to wait until nighttime to actually see this thing in full effect. But that shouldn't be too much of an issue. So if we go to conveyor belts, we're going to use... I think we want to use the immersive engineering one. I like those. Ooh. These are interesting. So you can use conveyor belts that kill things and drop items. I didn't know those existed. That's really cool. Okay, well, we're going to use the immersive engineering ones because these are really cheap to make. And I only have enough leather for 24 of them. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, I might end up having to go off camera and turn some rotten flesh to leather using the atomic reconstructor. But I'll probably do that, finish this whole thing off camera, and then we'll hop back and see it in full effect. So I'll wait until it's nighttime then to actually jump back. Okay guys, so we are back. I just relaunched my Minecraft. It seemed like I had a little bit of an issue with the memory just constantly dumping itself, and that's why we were getting those kind of lag spikes for a very split second. Probably because I left it on for so long, just while I went to bed and then woke back up today. I assume that would cause an issue, but we're going to do a little bit of building on camera and finish the rest of this on camera because I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple different things. So as you guys might have noticed, there's new channel art. I absolutely love it. I think it is awesome. It's all hand-drawn art that was done by a girl named Jenny. I'm going to start linking all of her different stuff in the description because she did phenomenal work. And if you ever need work done, I would highly recommend going to her. And big thank you to her for doing it. It is absolutely amazing, and I feel it does embody me and kind of the person I would like to be in the modded Minecraft community. Just kind of a, you know, a crazy, fun person crazy chemist slash engineer, whatever you want to call it, working with mods, all that fun stuff. But yeah, we're going to place this down while I talk about some stuff. Just kind of wanted to let you guys know about that. If you haven't already seen it, I would definitely go check it out. There's a new avatar and banner. Now, unfortunately, only the avatar is done right now. But there will be, only the banner is done right now. The avatar will be done very soon. And right now, I think the avatar is just an 800 by 800 pixel clip from the center of the banner. So I still like the way it looks. Honestly, I'd be fine leaving it like that. But there's going to be a custom avatar to go along with it. Super excited to see how that one turns out. So we're going to put these down in this fashion right here. Just push them into the center. I really hope this works the way I want it to. Haven't actually tested this out. I do remember, though, that conveyor belts from Immersive Engineering were very effective at moving both players and monsters, since it's pretty hard to fight against them if you can't sneak, and monsters cannot sneak. Those are not sneaky mobs. So unfortunately, it's kind of annoying to place it down when you gotta jump below you, but that only happens when we're at the very edge. And I don't know if we're going to have enough for this side, but I can easily go and make a little bit more leather. Not afraid to run around now since I'm not going to be getting lag spikes. And I apologize for that, guys. I should have just tried relaunching it from the start, since I know it's probably annoying to have to deal with that. But it's all good to go now. So it definitely looks like we are going to need to make a couple more of these. We're just a little bit short. But the Atomic Reconstructor works wonders. Oh, that's not right. The Atomic Reconstructor works wonders when it comes to making leather. So, should be no issue at all. Just gotta jump and place all these down. Make our way back over here and head over to the old base, where for some reason I still have the Atomic Reconstructor. I haven't actually found a place for it over here yet. And I don't think we have any rotten flesh in here. Yeah, I think I used up all of it. We only need like 2 more. I think I have 1 leather sitting in there. So we'll head over. There should be more than enough rotten flesh over here to deal with it. Slowly cleaning up this area. Filled in a couple creeper holes over here. Got rid of the burnt down birch trees from all the blaze that we had. So kind of slowly making this look a little bit nicer over here. And there we go. 13 rotten flesh. Definitely don't need all this, but it'll be no problem to turn all of it. So we just chuck it down right there. I think that should be fine right there. Yep, there we go. Got all 13. It does not take much power at all to turn the rotten flesh into leather, unlike it takes with the prismarine shards, which actually take quite some power to turn. I think it's nether quartz into each one. Really a pain in the butt to do. Really annoying to do. It's like 30,000 per. It's awful. Okay, so we're going to go back to conveyor. Get the conveyor belts, and we'll make 16 more. Even though we really don't need 16, we only need 8. Liking how this looks right now. We'll finish adding the 1 more conduit facade on there. I honestly want to call them conduit covers every time, because I'm so worried I'm going to say facade instead of facade. But just got to think about it every time. Just got to get facade. That was like a vocab word that I had in like 10th grade English, and it wasn't a hard word. It was just one that people messed up a lot, and that's why my teacher added it on there. And I was like, yes, I know how to say it. And so when I was first using Ender.io in one of my series, I was like, yeah, I know how to say it, blah, blah, blah. And then it just like devolved in my mind into me saying it incorrectly. So a little bit unfortunate on that front, but we need to add the, wrong search bar. We got to add the conduit on there, make 1 more. And then we just got to set the channels, and we should be good to go. So we will set that to be the same one. Let that finish. Put that on there. And, we'll actually set up everything over here first. So we got to come back here. And I think we're going to set it up right here. So if we look down at the conduits that are currently running under here, if we look down there, you can see that we have energy and item. And then right over here, we have the not ME interface, the refined storage interface, which essentially works as an item import and export. So that's where everything's going to be going. So we're just going to put this down, this dimensional transceiver down right here. And you can see it's now got a buffer for, power everything. We can set filters on this, but we're going to be going to configure this, and it should be fine to, I want to say it should be fine to push items out there. And this should be set to extract without redstone signal, and we're going to want to set this on Ooh. We're going to want to set this on brown, but we don't want it going back over here. Can it go into any of these over here? Okay, we might actually end up putting this... I was going to say we might put it somewhere else, but we really can't. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on over here in terms of brown. So this one has blacklisted stuff that can go in there. And this one has whitelisted. So the only one that it could really go in is right there, or... This one's whitelisted. That one can't go in. So it can only go into the smelting factory, and I don't think any drops we're going to get can get smelted. So that shouldn't be a problem right now. Can it go into this right here? What is this set as? Oh, it's whitelisted only to black quartz ore. Okay, so it should be able to go in here still. Perfectly fine. The items will get imported. And we are going to go down to the energy one, and we are going to set this to power. We'll just set this to Rage's base, actually. Rage's base, add the channel, and it's going to send power from this, and Rage's base, we're going to add this one, and we are going to receive items from this. So these should both be set and ready to go. The other one should have the option. This is a public channel, right? They should have the option to get these. Okay, it's not a public channel, but I think it should still work for us. Ooh, and it's becoming nighttime. Exactly what we want. We'll go upstairs to do this then. It'll be a little bit easier to access it. And then we got to put down the glass too. I'm forgetting that we have to put that down. So we can build out 1, 2. And we're going to have to actually get down there too. I forgot. Darn it. There's so much we have to do with this. Okay, so let's get this out to put it there. We need to swap these blocks out up here with tiles. So we're going to have to re-chisel these, turn them into tiles, and replace that top block so I don't rip my hair out because of it. So this will just be so that nothing's standing up there. There and there. So there we go. This one will get set to it, but I really want to get all this stuff going first. That vacuum chest shouldn't need power at all. Yeah, it doesn't need power. Okay, so we're going to get the glass going here first, and we'll leave a little opening up here. So 64 glass should be enough if we don't have the whole wall as glass. And I think we want to go with... I like the shale. It's between shale and stone framed. Right? What do we normally use? I don't know what we use over here. Let's check what we use on the wall. Wait, can I... Oh my gosh, you can't... Okay. I think this is then the gray bordered glass. Yeah, it should be gray bordered glass, actually. Yes, okay, I was right. So, we'll put this down 1 layer up so we can do... For now, we'll just do it like this. I don't have any better ideas for how to do this. And we're just going to put this across here. And I'm actually going to break... I didn't want to break all those. Okay, I'm just bad at the game. So we'll put this here, and I'll work around this later, eventually, to make it look nicer. But for now, we're just going to get the general setup down. So we'll do this. That. I got to leave the central area open so we can get in there. Oh my gosh, I'm wasting glass. And now we got to go downstairs and finish this off down here. Get this all set. I don't think the ceiling is as high. There shouldn't be as much of a problem. But I want that to be all glass. So we got to grab some more out of here. Okay, let me type it in there. Okay, so we got the gray border glass. We got some extra right there. And we'll grab a little bit extra on top of that in case we need it. Again, it's going to be really awkward with this window right here. But we'll figure that out in the near future. And we're going to leave another part open in the very center because I need to get in there and change the vacuum chest. Actually, well, the conduit attached to the vacuum chest, I should say. Okay, so there we go. Oh, this is an awkward spot. We're going to break one of these. We'll break this one right here. Should be in there. Okay, so we'll grab these out. Now I got to get into the conduit there. Always extract, and let's make sure that it works. So, is that not extracting? Can it not pull from this? Vacuum chest. Always extract. Oh, it can't push into that. Okay, so we can't really test it out. We just got to assume that it's going to work. It's because it's got nowhere to push it into. Okay, so we'll put that there, sneak our way out of here, fill this in, and the minute we hook that up to the correct channels, we will be good to go. I really got to get some better glass too, because this glass having this stuff on it really bothers me. Okay, so come in here, and we're going to set items first, so it's going to send to that. And now we got to set this up. Let's get as far away from it as we can, because I feel like the minute this thing gets power, it's going to chug along. Okay, so we got to build out one, at least. Okay, let's hope it doesn't... If it shoots us, if like a skelly comes in here and shoots us down, we are so screwed. Okay. Let's see if it works. I really hope it... Oh! Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Please tell me this thing is gonna work. If we just set this whole thing up and it does not work, I'm gonna be kind of mad. See, it should relocate mobs here. If there are any outside. Are there any mobs outside? There should be mobs outside right now. Why does it not want to relocate anything here? Clearly has power. Oh. Oh. It works. It works. Yes, there just must have been not enough stuff in radius of it. Haha. It works. So they just need to be in the radius of it, and right now there's not enough stuff out here in the radius. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Haha, so now we're getting a ton of mob drops. So they should be going over into here. That is awesome. Look at that. Look at how effective it is. You can get a lot of guys coming in here. The minute we hook up everything to come in here, that'll be great. Ooh, he is fighting the current. Interesting. So now I got to look at our power loss. That's the big thing. At night, our power loss is going to be pretty high now. Yeah, so our power loss is pretty high now. We're going to have to get some generation going. Either better generation during the day to keep up with it, or... Ooh, that guy kind of like moves them kind of over and then again. Ah, that's weird. But yeah, so we're going to have to get some better generation. Eventually, we'll have like a reactor and stuff, so we can leave at nighttime. But I am really happy with how this turned out, actually. So I'll fix the glass off camera. I'm not really a huge fan of this kind of gross glass in here. It's got this nasty texture on it. It's not bad for a window like this, but when you get it in this huge quantity here, it's a little gross. And I'm sure you guys will not hesitate to tell me that in the comments. But that's going to be it for today, guys. I do apologize. I'm sure there was a ton of background noise in this video. You guys always say you can't hear it, probably because you just think it's your own background noise and not mine. But you probably heard my friends yelling in the room directly next to me. You probably heard some doors slamming. That will not be the case in most of my videos. This one's an awkward one because I'm not recording at my normal time and it's Super Bowl Sunday. But hopefully you guys have a fun Super Bowl Sunday with your family and friends. Hopefully the team you're rooting for wins. I'm rooting for the Patriots, but that's because I am from Connecticut, which is in New England, so, you know, I'm kind of obligated to. But, yeah, like I said, that's going to be it for today, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to let me know in the comments what you think of the new channel art. I absolutely love it, and thank you so much to Jenny for doing it. But again, I will talk to you guys later.